This one comes with some news coverage and a very sensitive conversation. So I felt that it was only right for me to give a warning on it. It does touch on like a sensitive topic. So I just felt like that would be right. There's, like I said, there's news coverage and statistics and things of that nature. So no, but in the meantime, welcome back to another episode of Deep Thoughts, a voice for the voiceless. Hello there, my people. I've been busy doing some voiceover work, things of that nature. I'm trying it out. I told you I was going to try it out, so we'll see. In the meantime, I was listening to NPR. This is going to be more of a tabletop read, so I'm gonna finish this when I get home. It's going to be about a very difficult topic. They made mention on NPR about not being able to have book bags in schools, things of that nature. It's like kids hearing reports of guns in school. You're not saying a word.
Schools across the state have been inundated with lockdowns and threats. Amid this spike in school threats, we wanted to find out how often guns are actually making their way onto campuses.
And it turns out that data is actually not being tracked in Arizona. So 12 News I-Team reporter Bianca Bono worked to find out.
Anytime a gun is around, it's dangerous.
You never know when it's going to be misused, either accidentally or on purpose.
We shouldn't have guns on our schools.
We need to protect our children because if you're not safe in school, where are you going to be safe at?
February 2nd, 2023, a Red Mountain High School student in Mesa reports seeing a classmate with a gun. By the next period, that classmate is gone, leading to a frantic search of the campus. 2 police officers, the school security team, and all of administration looking to find him. When they do, a school discipline report shows officials try to grab the student who breaks free, exposing his back and the grip of a tan and black handgun. The school goes into lockdown, and the student was eventually caught off campus. A close call that happens far too often in Maricopa County.
We know these kids are getting a hold of weapons.
The I-Team requested records on the number of guns seized at the 20 largest districts with high schools in Maricopa County. Since January 2019, Mesa Public Schools, the largest district in the state, has found 12 guns on its campuses. Half of those seizures happened last school year alone, which is why this school year they've installed a weapons detection system.
How quickly did your weapons detection system actually detect a gun?
Well, that's an interesting story too, because we launched it at Skyline in April. After about a month or so, we worked out all the protocol bugs, and then we launched it the very next week at Mesa High School, and about 20 minutes into that, a kid came through with a gun.
Safety is our #1 priority.
The Tolleson Union High School District reported 15 guns on its campuses since 2019.
We know that when there's 15 that we're able to remove from our schools through our efforts, that we still worry about how many we haven't.
All right, so after having watched those videos, the news coverage, I only took, obviously, there's so much more. There's so much more. I can go back decades now, which is sad. Sandy Hook, Columbine. But I can go back even further than that. In my childhood, walking to middle school. I was cutting through, you go past through the bypass, and you cut through the woods to get up to the school at the time. Doesn't no longer exist. We used to call it the zoo. It used to be crazy. But cutting through the path, there were some high school kids there waiting for the middle schoolers to cut through because they was robbing all of us. Pulled the strap out, and I never forget it. His actual words seemed like they were scripted. He said, "Wrong place, wrong time, hand me up the loot." And I said, "What'd you say to me?" And he repeated himself. But my point is, this has been going on for, good grief. If I was in middle school at the time, that's quite some time there. And yet, it's only gotten worse. The precursor was already there. Nothing being done about it. That's when I realized that these are good people, good societies that are doing their best. It's not that they're choosing to not keep up with the numbers. It's that they can't. But they still got to try to keep society feeling like, safe. If they was to come out and be like, "Hey, yo, listen, look, there's nothing we can do." But the fact that they're still trying in the face of adversity, I think is something that should be focused on. Why? Not because they're having a hard time, but because they're still trying anyway. It's been around for a very long time, gun violence and things of that nature. All those inner city school movies that came out in the 90s, where the teacher had to, you know what I'm saying? And it was, that's the type of school that I went to.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left.
Who are those kids? Rejects from hell?
No. The kids with high IQs and low grades. All you gotta do is get their attention.
Once a Marine, always a Marine. Most of my students don't even know what a verb is. If you want to pass, all you have to do is try. Haven't seen you guys in a week. Thought maybe you got lost on your way to class. Wanted to help you find your way back.
You gotta be crazy to stay here and teach these program classes.
Why do you stay?
Why do I smoke? I'm crazy.
These kids are so fragile.
You got to rage against the dying of the light.
You promised!
Yeah, but we had to. We couldn't walk around with our heads up no more. You a Marine, you understand.
You come and live in my neighborhood for 1 week, and then you tell me if you got a choice.
There are a lot of people who live in your neighborhood who choose not to get on that bus. That is a choice. There are no victims in this classroom.
I made a track with a friend of mine's, Weezy Pipes, here in Harrisburg. You know what I mean? You can find him online on YouTube. I only put my verse in there because I'm not going to jack him like that. But it's crazy that we made this song like a few years back, and it's still prevalent like right now. So take a listen. In the meantime, I'm gonna bid y'all farewell and adieu. Thank you for having come back to another episode of Deep Thoughts. I love y'all. Now take care of yourself now, all right?
shadows or was afraid of failure, until I realized it was failure that would often build you. And then I learned just how to mastermind and
investigate the scene.
But I had
Here they say they will be here for several hours.
Had people calling me coward because I backed off. Man, you slack jaw. I ain't
to
never
release.
been
Now,
soft.
that's very late here live in Harrisburg. Michael Gorsuch, CBS.
The sleeping giant is woke. You need a new trend. Now I got in my system the best of both worlds. Thorough knowledge of streets and my boy and my girls. My skies used to be great, but every day is new, which means there's always a better day to look forward to. I ain't got time to be looking back at the
police are investigating now after the 21-year-old.
And tell them see you later. No more tears on my sleeve unless they tears of joy. Deep back in the game, holla at your boy.